So in this season of new beginnings, I would like to speak clearly to Iran's leaders. We have serious differences that have grown over time. My administration is now committed to diplomacy that addresses the full range of issues before us. The United States wants the Islamic Republic of Iran to take its rightful place in the community of nations. You have that right, but it comes with real responsibilities. And that place cannot be reached through terror or arms, but rather through peaceful actions that demonstrate the true greatness of the Iranian people and civilization. I know that this won't be reached easily. There are those who insist that we be defined by our differences. We know that you are a great civilization, and your accomplishments have earned the respect of the United States and the world. For nearly 3 decades, relations between our nations have been strained. But at this holiday, we are reminded of the common humanity that binds us together.
In 2018, Donald Trump stood at a podium and tore up Barack Obama's Iran deal. He called it a disaster, a giveaway, a road to a nuclear weapon, he said. And he promised something much better.
I hate seeing President Obama today saying that Iran has violated our agreement. I mean, what did he think? He's now complaining about Iran violating the agreement. What the hell did he think? He's like a baby. He's like a baby. Now, can you imagine? I mean, the agreement's 2 seconds old. This guy, the ink isn't even dry. Today, I hear Obama is very unhappy with Iran because he feels that they haven't lived up to the spirit of the agreement. What the hell did he think was going to happen? They defaulted on day one. I mean, they were doing things on day one, and everyone was telling him, he said, that can't be possible. That's the way life works. These are vicious people. But the saddest part of that deal is so much of this money is already gone. Just gone. $150 billion right out the tubes. And what do we get? We got nothing. We got nothing. They got the money, and the prisoners should have been released years ago before we started negotiating. Years ago. We got nothing.
Now today, 8 years, 2 wars and 1 demolished nuclear site later, he's back in the same room, signing a document that looks suspiciously like the one he burnt and bashed. So we'll rewind. Why did Trump kill the deal in the first place? His complaint was specific. Obama's deal lifted sanctions in exchange for what Trump called weak limits on enrichment. It put a clock on the restrictions, set to expire around 2030. And it said nothing, zero, about Iran's missiles or the money flowing to groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. His fix? Maximum pressure. Squeeze the regime until it has no choice but to come back and sign something tougher. No sunset clause, no missiles, no proxies, total surrender, basically. So how'd that go? Sanctions for years, isolation for years, and then actual war. The 12-day war in 2025 capped off by Operation Midnight Hammer. American bombers cratering Iran's nuclear sites at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. A ceasefire? Of course it followed. 8 months of quiet. Then it broke again. Late February this year, a fresh assault, a naval blockade, the Strait of Hormuz effectively shut down for months. By the time both sides sat back down, you are looking at roughly 4 months of war this year alone, stacked on top of everything before it. Let's actually count the clock Trump claims he hates so much. 2018. He kills the deal, promising something tougher, faster. Cut to 2025. A 12-day war ending in a ceasefire that buys 8 months of quiet. February of this year, the ceasefire collapses and a brand new war starts. Now, over 100 days later, that war ends not with better deal, but with a ceasefire that hands negotiators 60 more days to maybe, possibly, find one. 8 years, 2 wars, over 100 extra days of fighting. And the price at the end of all of it is another clock. The same device he spent a decade saying was Obama's biggest mistake. So here's the moment. Today's agreement. A 14-point memorandum. Trump himself is already calling it a wall against a nuclear weapon. These are his words. Let's see how the wall is actually built. And sitting right inside it is basically everything Trump spent 8 years calling a disaster. Point 3. 60 more days to reach a final agreement. A clock. The exact thing he mocked Obama for. Point 6. A reconstruction package for Iran. Financed. And I want you to actually hear this number. At least $300 billion. Point 7. Every sanction eventually gone. UN resolutions, IAEA measures, every unilateral US sanction lifted on a schedule still being worked out. And point 9, the big one, both sides agree to maintain the status quo on Iran's nuclear program while talks continue. Cut to whatever Iran has right now, it keeps for now. So much for the wall, right? Now it's a freeze frame. The fate of this enriched uranium adequately addressed. Someday in a final agreement that does not exist yet. That's all from my side. Thank you for watching Times Now Digital.